Good morning, it's Lisa. Hope everybody's doing well today. We're going to be working in the art journal, doing our second page. Two of my children's birthdays just passed, so we're going to be doing birthday cake dies, and I painted a piece of paper with their favorite colors, and I was going to cut the birthday cake out of that. And then I have an embossing folder that we can use. Also going to use washi tape. I was thinking some of the washi tapes I have do have dates and days of the week and that kind of sort of thing. Others are very floral, like you see here. I was trying to find ones that would, really stand out on the page. I also was going to make candles out of the washi tape. So here I'm going to emboss this piece of green paper. I'm not sure why I use green because nobody likes green in my family. Well, I should say the two children who are the birthday children do not like green. But I think it was the only paper I had laying around that I could use. So it was green. I'm just lining this up in my Cuttlebug to slide it on through and get a beautiful embossed piece of paper. I still love doing these embossed papers. They're so pretty. And there you have it. A happy birthday paper that we can now take and glue into our book. I found paper or washi tape to make the candles out of. And I'm just going to line them up. This is a very easy card to make. Also, if you wanted to go that route, we already have two elements right there of card making. I'm just lining these up to get them as straight as I can. Alright, I'm just getting the cake cut out. It comes with 3 cakes, 3 icings, and a tray right there to put it on. To put the whole cake on, I should say. It's like a layered cake. It's pretty cool. I love this embossing. Or cut, or the die. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I can't talk. And I'm just lining everything up and sending it through the Cuttlebug. And there you have it. All these little pieces of cake. Now I'm just going to try to get more cake shapes in different colors. I'm just going to use this blue paper now. Here I'm just making more pieces of the cake so we can have multiple cakes. Because like I said, 2 of my children's birthdays were, well, now they were last week. So my middle daughter is going to be, well, is now 18. And my oldest is, would have been 34. She, let me just first say, this is a trigger warning, but she was killed at the age of 17 in 2007 by a drunk driver. So her birthday would have been yesterday. It's very difficult, but I got through the day. And I thought this would be a good way to remember her. We always do, of course, remember her in January. And the whole year, may I add. But you know what I mean. So there's all the thousands of pieces of cakes all over and icings and all that. And it does come with an itty bitty little candle die. And aside from making multiple cakes, because I just wanted to try to get a purple cake and a blue cake, because they were the favorite colors of my kids. So here we're getting more cake. I think I was trying to make the icing. Just shot it through, and yeah, we got the icing parts, which I think it turned out good once you'll see it. Just corner edging these things, because I don't have my corner rounder with me. That was in another room somewhere in the midst of stuff. And this is the only one I had, so I made it look like a ticket. And there you go. I'm just going to find a spot to glue that down. I also took the washi tape that had the days and numbers and put them there. And I'm going to, as you see the video go through, I'm going to move that around a lot because they don't, the washi tape, unfortunately mine was kind of oldish. It's a couple years old. So it wasn't sticking very well. And plus it's probably cheapy stuff. Like the candles, they stuck, but that was old washi tape from long ago. So I guess it's just the glue they use and how cheaply they are made as to how long they'll stick. Now the other side of the paper I plan on doing with snowflakes, but that will be for another day because it did snow twice in this past week. But here I'm just trying to draw little flames for the candles. I was going to use the stamp pads from the other day, but there wasn't a color that was, you know, flamey. So here I drew in the flames. And I'm just trying to look for my paint pens here. So we got some Sharpie paint pens to actually color in the flames. I thought it would stand out a little bit better, and I was trying to see if that they could be blended. I use colored pencils a lot, and I went through that whole adult coloring book phase and have a lot of colored pencils. And I thought it would be good. I thought it would be fun to use paint pens since I never use them, and I have a couple. It's not a big, thing that I use. And here I was just trying to get a stamp ink pad to like go over that happy birthday embossed paper just to make like the words stick out a little better. And then here's all my little candles that I cut out with the die. And they're little tiny ones. And here I'm just trying to collect all the candles that are laying all over and all of the cake pieces and all that, just so I can glue them all together. There's a little cake holder piece. So I did all that. I glued everything together and then glued it onto the paper. Well, the cake on the bottom, the blue cake, I glued it onto the paper as I went, as each layer. But then, I figured, well, that's silly. So let's just do it off, on a piece of paper. Glue it actually together first and then glue it onto the paper so you can put it wherever you want. So these paint pens, they worked what I think they worked pretty good, and I was trying to get it to blend, but they did a little bit. But these paint pens are rather old too, so that could pose the problem of it not blending like I wanted it to. Plus, I really should have erased the lines that I drew on there. But like I said, this paper isn't that great. So if you start erasing and paper starts coming off. So you kind of have to be very careful. I'm just trying to make these look a little better than they do. And I'm blending and blending. I don't think they turned out very good, but it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it now. So I wanted that all to dry, so I went back to the little candles, and I actually made more candles because I wanted them to be almost like confetti on the page. But I had to glue every single candle down on the page. But now I'm using more stamps here. This one's happy birthday. And I got this stamp years ago. It came with these little mouses. They're so cute. I'll show them here in a minute. It's kind of hard to see though because they're stained. That's the only problem. But there's like a little, maybe it's a rabbit. No, they're rabbits. Sorry if I said mice. I didn't mean that. I think that same line does have mice stamps that are really cute too. And I know it's, I want to say it's from Inkadinkado. One of them. Or Stampendous, maybe. It's an old stamp I got years ago at Michael's. And then here's some stamps that I got from Amazon a year or two ago. And I'm just going to stamp on the page. But these, to make it, they're an 18 up there for my daughter, who's turning 18. I was trying to line these stamps up perfectly on those grid lines that are on the stamp block. I'm just using the only purple ink I have, ink pad. It's the archival ink, and I don't remember the name of the ink. But you can use anything you want, any color you want. You could use paint. Don't matter. So there we go. We got the stamp in the right spot. Now here I grabbed my colored pencils. I do have several sets. These are, excuse me, the Brute Forner pencils. I don't even know how to say it right. They're the square pencils they were popular maybe a year or two ago, maybe 2 years ago now. But they covered well. They covered just enough to where you could still see the paint in the background, but I was trying to make them stand out more. So I used like a neon yellow around the edge there. So then I took these little itty bitty candles and started arranging them where I wanted them to go. I was still arranging them, and I just wanted to apologize again for the voiceover. Unfortunately, I talk too much in the videos, and I take too long to figure out what I'm doing, so I have to cut a lot of it out, unfortunately. So, I hope you don't mind, but there's a little tiny candles, and I glued them all on, and now I'm just going to outline all this stuff here. or outline what I think, would look better. I appreciate you coming to check out this video, and I'm very happy you're here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that like button if you want. That would be awesome and helps me out a lot. I appreciate it. Now here I'm just trying to outline the candles. And the way I do it to try to keep it straight is I move my entire arm in one long motion with the pen instead of just using my hand to, outline everything. I've noticed if I use the whole hand and arm and keep it straight, it's generally straight. Way more than it would have been without it, that's for sure. And in order for those cakes not to look like they're flying in midair, I did add a little bit of, I think it was graphite underneath, so it looks like a little shadow or a little table or something. And I'm just going to outline them a little bit here and just make it look like it's on something, so it's not floating in midair. I don't really think I did a very good job, but it looks like it's on something versus floating. And there's the cake, all done. I just go under every candle with that little marker. And I'm just going to outline the numbers and do the rest. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I appreciate you being here. I really do. You guys are great. And I will see you in the next video where we're going to be working on the other half of this page. Thanks for coming, and I will talk to you then. Bye.